Next up, we have Bruce Morden. He's going to tell us about the Pacific Coast Region Convention coming up this March 27th through the 30th in San Luis Obispo, a beautiful part of California, as far as I know, untouched by fires at the moment. Bruce, if you're on.
So the Pacific Coast region was actually the first region within the NMRA years and years ago. It was split into two regions later on. So the Pacific Southwest region in Southern California, Los Angeles and Arizona, San Diego, they split off from us. But we still have four divisions within our region, and we rotate our regional convention every year. And so this year, the Pacific Coast region will be hosted by the Daylight Division, and we've called it the Daylight Limited. As Tom mentioned, we're going to hold it in San Luis Obispo. San Luis Obispo is near the coast, only about 20 miles from the Pacific Ocean. They have been getting rain up there, so their hills are a little greener than farther south in Los Angeles area. A beautiful part of the country and a lot of railroad history. The Southern Pacific, when it first started, well, there's two things that happened. The Southern Pacific is part of that Central Pacific, Union Pacific transcontinental. But once they had that going, they wanted to do another transcontinental across the southern part of the country. And they did through Texas, Arizona, and Mexico, and Texas, down to Louisiana. In fact, they had a steamship line that went all the way to New York from New Orleans. But the coastline was their premier passenger run because it runs right along the Pacific Ocean, and it's just really beautiful. The Amtrak still runs along there, and we're going to take advantage of that Amtrak train as part of our convention. I'm going to talk a little bit about our webpage and the in-person convention, but then I want to finish up with our virtual convention because we think there's always an opportunity for people who can't travel and still want to enjoy what we're trying to offer. And I think the biggest thing that we're offering is a place for model railroaders along the West Coast to gather and to fellowship, to share modeling skills. And that's what we're offering at this convention. We've got a lot of things going as a normal convention. We've got clinics. We've got 3 days worth of clinics. We are doing something that we have tried out here on the West Coast, and I think it's going to work, is that we have clinics in the morning and we have clinics in the evening. And the middle of the day, we've set aside for all the other activities. So we have excursions during the middle of the day, we have layout tours during the middle of the day, and we have operating sessions in the middle of the day. So all that time period between about noon and 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, is all devoted to those outside activities away from the convention. The clinics, we have, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but the virtual convention, we've got a team that is doing a great job. And they helped us with the national convention in 2021 when everybody, not just Tom, but everybody had COVID and we couldn't meet in person. And so our whole national convention was virtual. And so we've learned how to do virtual conventions out here on the West Coast. So it's not just talking heads. It's not just the clinics. You get to go to the layout tours. You get to see some of the operating layouts. You get to even go on some of the excursions. So all that's going to be included in the virtual convention. So it's not just for those who come, although we really would welcome all of you. The best thing for me to say is that we're looking at the convention webpage right now, and it's real easy to get to. You just go to PCR2025.org and you're there. Once you get there, you can move around. You see all these tabs that we've got up top, and you can go and see what the clinics are. We've got a whole listing of clinics, and they are clinics on modeling clinics, operations clinics, designing your layouts. We've got some history clinics that talk about the railroads in the general area. And like I said, they're clinics by some of the people that are experts in their field and are going to be presenting great clinics. The
Hey,
layout,
Bruce, Tom
yeah,
Farrell. Tell our audience, not everybody's going to be able to fly out to California, obviously. Tell them which things they could participate virtual.
so the clinics are listed here on our clinics tab, but we've got 3 clinic rooms, and one of the clinic rooms is devoted to the virtual attendees. So you'll see 1/3 of the clinics that we are presenting. And we have already decided which ones those are. I don't think it's up on the web page yet, but it will be soon. If you click on the schedule, we'll have the actual schedule of the convention on the page. So if I go to Thursday, should be able to see the schedule, but right now all we're going to see is a block that says clinic. Eventually, within the next probably couple days, because we've got it all set up and ready to go.
So Bruce, it's my understanding that not only some of the clinics, but some of the layout tours will all be available virtually.
That's correct.
So, and the cost is relatively low. I think, what did you say the cost was to do the virtual layouts and the virtual clinics?
So we were going to charge $40 for the virtual attendees. And right now there's a discount on for $10. So for $30, you get to attend all 3 days of clinics. I'm pretty sure that they're actually going to have coverage of the welcome reception. And I know they're going to have coverage of the award and contest winners on Sunday when we're gathering together there. So you'll basically get 3 full days of clinics plus those 2 things on either side. Plus you're going to get to see some of the layout tours. You know what? Let's go back from where I was, because this doesn't really show you much. But what I'm saying is if you go to the schedule, you'll be able to see which clinics are going to be on the virtual. We do have excursions, and the excursions are obviously in person, but we have one of the excursions, we're going to the Bitter Creek Western Railroad and the Norgrove Railway. And our virtual team has already been there and filmed it. So you'll be able to go on that excursion from home. It won't be quite the same as riding behind a 600 millimeter South African steam engine, but you'll be at the location and see all the workshop and everything that's there. So there are not only the clinics, but the excursions and the layout tours, the operating sessions. We're going to have a Fremo layout at the convention, and they're going to be taking their cameras into the Fremo layout and showing them that. So all that's going to be included, and the contest room. So they'll be in there as well. So all this, most of this is on the web page. So if you just go, like I said, to PCR2025.org, you can get to the web page and click on any of the links up here on the top. Now I think I've got 3 more slides, so if they can be put up on the screen, we'll talk about that real fast, and then if there are any questions, we'll be all set. If
Bill,
if Phil can put the slides up for me.
Or not. There we go.
Thank you, Phil. So it is a hybrid event, both in person and virtual. And as I keep telling you that if you go to PCR2025.org, you can get to the webpage and you can register right on the webpage. Everything's nice and simple. If you're going to attend virtually, make sure you choose the virtual registration. There's a in-person and virtual. It's pretty obvious on the webpage. Just click on that and you're in. If we can go to the next page, these are the things that we're going to be providing for the virtual attendees. So you're going to get 10 hours of content every day, not just the clinics, but like I said, contest room tour, the modular layout tour, some excursion videos, and it's all there. One more slide, Phil. So all you have to do is register. And if you use the discount code PCR 2025, when you register virtually, instead of $40, you'll get $10 off. It'll be $30 for all 3 days, all the extras that we talked about. And you should have a really good time at the convention. Oh, I should make another note that if you do sign up virtually, you will have about a month worth of going back and looking at clinics that maybe you missed. So you'll be able to access all that information after the convention is over for about a month.
That $30 is obviously an excellent value, particularly with all the different things you can see for a 30-day period. You've got my vote. I'll be participating. Excellent presentation, Bruce. And I'm very happy that you're on our show this evening. And we'll continue to plug your convention up until the day that it occurs.
Yes, maybe next week on New Tracks we can get somebody that looks a lot better than I do, and who is one of our virtual convention team. Sydney Abaticola is really good at keeping the virtual program going, and she just couldn't make it today, so she sent the chairman of the convention in instead.
Well, we appreciate your time this evening.
Sure.
And thank you for the next time I'm in Goleta visiting my in-laws, which I actually do. I'll look you up.